Hi y'all, Movax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Well, I started to record a bit earlier, and I had sped up the time to get through the night to start recording, and I forgot to change it. And so the next thing I know, it was night again. So this is like 2 game days later. I was cleaning up the damage from the vultures. They knocked out several pillars from under my base here, and managed to fall into the building below. And so I took a bit of damage from the fall, and apparently got, I don't know, bleeding. I didn't have a bleeding icon, but when I came back up to my base, my guy just keeled over right here. So I'm not sure why, but he did. There you go. Alright, so I think we'll head out and do some more jobs. You know what, let me grab, well, let me unload this. Let me grab the money. Just in case. Just in case I want to purchase something. So, we managed to play some D&D this week. And, it went alright. There wasn't really much, there wasn't much going on. I don't think DM-wise. It was D&D, so it was the other DM running the game. And, yeah, he, the only thing we really ran into was, alright, so basically we're exploring this level with hobgoblins, and we had made a deal with basically the king of this floor, and he had agreed to allow us to explore his floor. And we have yet to come across a group of hobgoblins who don't attack us on sight. So I don't know what the point of having a conversation is with anybody in the game if the DM is just gonna do whatever. I mean, seriously, we're like, but we talked to the king. The king said we could go anywhere. What do you mean the hobgoblins are attacking us? We got his permission. We have a thing that gives us permission to be on this floor. Well, the book says that they'll attack anybody who enters this area. Yeah, but we changed the storyline. We talked to the guy. We changed the storyline. He agreed because of a super high persuasion roll. According to you, that we could go anywhere, and now you're telling me that none of that half hour or so of chit chat and rolls mean anything. I see how it is. So basically, we cleared some of the other area already. I think this is like our third or fourth week, a third or fourth session in this dungeon, because we don't play that long, hour halves ish, and it used to be more, but people don't show up on time, and people gotta leave early, you know. And so when it got to like 9:30, which is a half hour after we agreed to start playing, I I went ahead and texted the guy who hasn't been showing up. I'm like, dude, are you gonna play tonight? Or yeah, I'm logging in right now. Okay. So, anyways, we had finished exploring this one area, and then the DM was like, "Where are these guys on the map? Are you guys in the middle of a fight?" I'm like, "No, we finished all that. We were exploring this one room to finish off the night." And he's like, "Well, all these bad guys are still here." I'm like, "Well, you didn't replace them or something. I don't know what to, you didn't take them off the map. I don't know what to tell you. We weren't fighting when we finished last time. It's in my notes right here. Finished exploring, ready to move on to the next section." Uh, he's like, "Okay, well, I guess if that's what you say." Yeah, I'm not lying. I'll believe you guys this time. Thanks. Just because you're a known liar doesn't make the rest of us liars. Swap out for this better axe, I'm gonna. Yeah, we got back in there and we worked our way back to where we left off. Oh, that says unlocked. And oh, there you are. And so then, wow. So we made it around to the floor's got both hobgoblins and fire giants, and so we made it around to Fire Giant Forge. And we talked with them for a hot second, and then I guess the DM was tired of talking to us because then he's like, "Didn't you guys just say you're going to kill everything?" Uh, and because he's got it in his head that we're doing this thing, he thinks he's funnier. And he said, "We've gone all Doom guy on this level." And so he wants us to just rapidly traverse through the level killing things, I guess. Um, but we've been trying to have conversations because everything here is a sentient creature, basically. And so, you know, we tend to try to talk to the creatures on the floors, especially after we've agreed to be allowed to explore. And what we're really looking for is we were told there's a phylactery for a lich. Phylactery's a small container. Um, and a lich's phylactery holds the lich's soul. And so the lich can't be completely killed if you don't, I think, destroy the phylactery first. Not really clear on my that might be helpful. I didn't even know you could mod vehicles. Buddy, those doors are locked. How do I get down? There. And so he ended us chatting with the fire giants, so then we had to fight them, and that went okay. Although he did this thing. This is one thing that irritates me a lot. Is oh man, you can't scrap that. I wanted to scrap it. I don't need it. I'm not gonna make a bicycle. Um, okay, there's lots of things he does that annoys me, but this is one of the things that annoys me is he's so afraid, and I've said this before, he's so afraid of any creature he controls, bad guy, good guy, doesn't matter, of being attacked, that he basically cheats to not take damage. And so I could probably save my ammo on these guys. And so one of the things that he did last night, or I guess it wasn't last night, but 2 nights ago, was the hellhounds that attacked us with the fire giants. They've got 50 feet of movement, which is a lot because a person has 30, so almost double the speed. And so the thing is, though, is that they're hellhounds, right? We're not talking about somebody you're going to have a conversation with. These are animals that are going to charge at you and attack. But if they charged at everybody that he wanted to attack that turn, then that means that they would go past some of the other players. And if they went past some of the other players, then they would get attacks of opportunity on them. And so he doesn't want them to take any damage. And so instead of charging straight at us, he runs them around the corner and back up a different path. Because you know how dogs think out that, I don't want to come right at this guy. I want to take the safe route and go into almost a completely different room to come back around from the other side so that I can get to the person I want to attack without being hit. And I called him on it. I was like, the dog is going to run all the way around through there to get to us. And he's like, yeah, they got 50 feet of movement. I'm like, that's not the issue. The issue is your dogs are just running around behind everything. You never seen a dog attack something? They make it run and then they chase it. Hey. But yeah, they're not that strong, so we took them down pretty easy. And then this is suspicious. Something back here. There's a dead body back here. Ooh, somebody killed somebody, and then why can't I dig this? And then buried the body back here. Just part of it, though. Weird. So yeah, so we killed off all that, and we killed off the fire giants, and then we worked our way around to. There's a lot of dead bodies here. Oh, and one of them is a crawly. It's just too much fun to shoot him. and so then we went to another section. Like we're going through hallways. It's like a fort, albeit it's underground. So you know, it's a weird fort, but it's still a fort. And so we went through part of that, and then we came upon another group of hobgoblins, and instead of talking to us, they attacked us. And again, I was like, we made a deal that we could explore the hobgoblin territory. Why are these hobgoblins attacking? It says that they'll attack anything that comes in this area. So then we had to fight all the hobgoblins. I think that's where we quit. That took us an hour and a half or so. But yeah, so other than a couple little, I understand why you're playing it this way. It went okay. I was really excited. I thought I was gonna get to start that other one. I'm all ready to go to get that one started. I've got the start of the game planned out in my head. So basically, they're gonna be sitting around eating lunch, and the mayor is gonna walk in, and the mayor is gonna have the bad guy with him. Although you know nobody knows he's the bad guy. He's gonna be this lord. I forget what his name is. I have it wrote down somewhere. And so then that guy's gonna say that he's been sent by the nearby baron or whatever. I guess I should probably come up with that. To look for an artifact that's believed to be buried under the town. And so the tavern actually has a.
Can I lighten that backpack up for you?
You can. You got any jobs though? To restore powers. One of these days.
I don't like you. You better not fuck this up.
Dude, I'm a level 2 with you. Why aren't you nicer to me? Why do you gotta be so mean? Now, you got anything good? Oh, you got mining helmets now too. Look at that. He's got all kinds of mining helmets here. Shady, shady, shady. Why didn't you have them before? Ooh, lucky looter. Find more dukes. That's not as useful to me. 4x4 truck accessories schematic. That'd be more useful if there was more parts to it here.
Oh, you want a guarantee, huh? Well, maybe you should try.
Nobody asks for a guarantee. You just want to run your mouth. Where did I leave my bike parked? On the other side. But, yeah. And then they'd be taken into the cellar for the tavern, and then they'd be taken back through some hidden passageways into a long abandoned temple, and then once they reach the far back of the temple, I need to go unload before I go do this quest. Then once they get there, then what's supposed to happen is the guy will, there'll be a crystal floating over an altar, and then actually I think I've got it set up so there are 5 crystals, and so then that's the thing he's after, because as I discussed when I was talking about this guy before, he's been banished from his universe, and he's trying to tear open a hole to find a way back. And so once he finishes with that and realizes it's not powerful enough to do what he needs done, he's going to activate it anyways, and then he's just gonna teleport away. I feel like his guys will be dead at this point. There's a couple of traps in the dungeon, and I think I'm gonna have them die to the traps, you know, to show how he doesn't care who dies in the process of getting what he wants done. And because they're gonna be like low level, like just human, well, they're not human, but humanoids. They're not actual adventurers. There's a this is the way I like to think it in my head. So the reason why D&D has guards, and guards aren't fighters, is because fighters get pushed beyond the normal limits of a person. And so not everybody can push beyond the normal limits of a person, right? So you think of it like an Olympic athlete. And so there are like hedge witches, I think they're called, hedge wizards, depending on what they want to be, I guess. And then there are wizards, right? And so a hedge is someone who figured out some magic, but they only know a tiny little amount. Whereas a wizard has been trained, and so magic is rare because not everybody's trained, and so stuff like that. You know, the thing that makes you an adventurer is that something has happened that pushed you beyond what normal people experience, and so I'm having them basically start out as regular people. Not exactly, because I did create some class, or did some character sheets for them, and so they do have classes. Well, no, I think they just have character sheets. I might have given them classes, like the blacksmith is an artificer, and I don't really remember. I honestly don't remember what I assigned everybody. And so I did put some work into setting up their characters. Well, the 3 who gave me the information, the 4th guy has not responded with anything. I don't understand. Like, I asked. It's not like I was like, here, do this thing. It was like, hey, you want to play this version with us? Yeah, that sounds cool. Okay, well then this is what I need from you. And then what happens? Nothing. Alright, that's all done. And so... Oop. Dang it, I was looking at my phone. A phone flashed. I was seeing it was important. Okay, where's this fetch? So yeah, I was looking. Oh, and then anyway, so they're all basic characters. A guard, dock worker, carpenter, or a blacksmith. I forget which one. And so then once they reach that point, I've actually had everybody make 6 characters, and well, they made 4 adventure types, like fighter, wizard, you know, rogue, whatever. And then I asked them to give me the names of two jobs that someone might do in a small seaside town. And so then I took those and I made character sheets for those characters as well. And so once that guy activates the crystals and then realizes it's not strong enough to do what he needs done, he's going to teleport away, and then reality will shatter. And so then at that point, they will roll the dice and see what they come back as. Which I think should be interesting, because they're basically, my idea is that it's all multiverse, and it's this guy is trying to find the right segment of the multiverse that he originally came from before he was banished, and so they're gonna all exist in the one multiverse, but it's gonna be have bits and pieces altered by the shattering that just happened. In fact, there might be more shatterings that happened. Honestly, I don't think I need a football helmet. And so, okay, apparently it's up above me here. So they'll roll the dice, and then a 6-sided dice, and then the 6-sided dice will determine which... Oh, wow. Okay, I definitely need to go up. Hey, buddy, do you know where up is? I mean, I know where up is, but do you know where... I don't need this either. Do you know where the ladder is to get up? I guess is my question. Or stairway. The stairway will work. Is this a thing I'm supposed to grab? It is. Man, I know I used to say those guys look like my father, but they don't anymore. They've been changed too much. Oh, see, I'm taking damage from my bum leg. My bum leg is gonna kill me. Woo. Why'd you get all burned up in there? That was weird. Yeah, so I think it'll be cool. And then once the reality shatters and they get to roll for their new character, well, they've already rolled their characters, but once they roll the dice and then they shift to their character, well, each character will be pulled from their multiverse, so they'll know everything that they know, basically, from that point on in the story. Because even though they're from a different multiverse, the same things are basically happening in each one. Ooh, I need that. And so, he's very surprised. He's very surprised I shot him. And so, but it'll be interesting because I don't think they'll recognize anybody, because nobody will look like what they expect. And so, I don't know, maybe they won't know what's... Ooh, there's another animal. There's lots of animals today. Dang it. I thought that chicken was going around the corner, and then it didn't. thought maybe he could break down that fence. I can. And then I've got the dungeon is going to be empty when they enter, but once everything shatters, then I've got a lot of different kinds of creatures scattered throughout the dungeon at that point. And so they'll be ushered in, but they'll have to
That
fight their
makes
way
wipe
back
the
out.
shit off your boots.
And
Great, here you go.
crap, I don't want either of those things. Those are both trashy, man. I guess we'll take the armor. Let's do a fetch and clear.
Good luck. You better not make me regret this.
Yeah, I guess I'm wearing padded leg armor, so this is better. Slightly. Alright, where's your fetch and clear? Okay. But yeah, so that was our Wednesday night, and my plans for Wednesday night that didn't happen. I was trying to think of anything. Oh, here's one quick weird story. I went out to get the mailbox, or no, wow, I did not go out to get the mailbox. I went out to get the mail, and our mailbox was just laying down, like it just laid over. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, and like the guy came through to put the paper in it because it was laid on the ground with the paper in it. But between the time he came and put the paper in the mailbox and the time that the mailman came to put the mail in the mailbox, mail woman, I guess we have, mail person, it was laid down, and so she just wrote on the envelope, because when I was putting the mailbox up the next morning, she came back through at the same time we were out there putting up the mailbox, and handed me the mail. And so she had written on it that the box was down. That was very weird. Just mailbox laid over on the ground. I don't know. It did give me the opportunity to fix the number sign. Kept coming off, so I drilled some new holes in that and put some new screws in it. Make sure it stays in place. Although I don't know how long the stupid mailbox is going to stay there, because I realized when I was putting it back up, I didn't put it up in the first place, but when I was putting it back up, I realized that the top bolt doesn't actually connect into anything, and so it's only being held up by the bottom bolt, and that's probably why it didn't stay standing before. But, yeah. All right, with that, be bearing the small things, leaning the light, and I will talk to you later.